Okay, in today's video, we are going to be going over how we can use Claude to help us analyze our newsletter content and identify content gaps. So for this video, I'm going to be showing you exactly the step-by-step process that I use and how you can do it as well. So let's get into it. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to sign up for something called appify.com. And appify.com is essentially a place where you can find pre-built website scrapers. And so once you've signed up, I use the one called Website Content Crawler, and I will leave a link directly to the one that I used in the description below. And the next thing we're going to need to do is we're going to need to go grab our newsletter URL. So mine is buildlearnearn.beehive.com. I will copy and paste the base URL, and I will paste it in here. And so once you've done that, there are these other advanced settings which you don't really need necessarily, but once you've pasted in your URL, you can then hit run, and I've already run this, so I'm going to show you what the output looks like. And once you've run it, you should see something like this. And so what it's doing is it's basically pulling all the posts. We're getting all of the different newsletter posts that I've written in the past. And you can export this to JSON, CSV. I would only extract the text in the URL, and I will explain why in a second. So what I did here is because I noticed that there were some duplicates. For example, if you go down farther, you see that there is a /archive page, and it's taking extra posts, and it's kind of like giving us some weird stuff here. So what I did is I just downloaded the CSV as is, and then I uploaded it to ChatGPT and said, hey, could you please remove the duplicate posts? Could you remove anything that has the archive in the URL slug, and just give back any ones that have the /p for post? So this may differ depending on the platform you use. I'm just showing you what I'm doing, and I use Beehive, and I think a lot of people do, so I think this would apply to many that are watching. And then once I do that, I will come back over to where I've already run the process with Claude, and we can take a look at the prompt. So I'm saying you are an expert in branding and content marketing, tasked with conducting a content gap analysis for business with the following brand positioning. So I have my brand here, so I'm saying leveraging AI to be more efficient with content processes, self-improvement, spirituality, entrepreneurship, community building. And I said that the target audience is going to be content marketers, busy professionals, educational content creators, etc. And I give it a set of instructions below where I say I've provided you a CSV to analyze, and what I'd want you to do is the following steps. And so I like to put my instructions in a numbered list for step-by-step for the model to follow, so it kind of gives it that extra time to think. And what I'm doing is I'm saying carefully read through all the text in the content, extract all the key themes and topics that you find, and then for each theme and topic, I want you to analyze how it relates to the brand positioning, and then consider how it connects to the target audience, and think about what pain points the content may be addressing and what desires or goals it speaks to for the audience. And then based on that, we're going to identify 3 to 5 key topics that are currently missing or inadequately covered in the content of the newsletter. And these topics should be ones that resonate strongly with the target audience and reinforce the brand positioning. And at the very end, I also give it a sort of format that I'd like to see it in. So I said that I'd like to see the topic and the reasoning for why you chose this topic as a suggested topic to write about, and the pain points it addresses, and the desires that it's kind of tapping into. And so after making this prompt, I will also leave a link for that in the description as well. I have uploaded the CSV file here of the cleaned URLs and their text content, and this is the final output. So it's first giving us the current themes. This all looks exactly like what I talk about. And then the suggested topics, so practical techniques for integrating spiritual practices with modern productivity tools to achieve better work-life harmony, relates to the brand's focus on spirituality, self-improvement. I could see that, feeling disconnected from one's spiritual side while grinding away at work, so this kind of is how it's trying to fit into the brand. And I do think that is a big part, for me personally, is, just having that personal kind of spiritual practice for yourself, because, if you're trying to start your own business, you are the vessel for the business. So if you're not working, the business is not going to work. Let's see what the next one is. How content creators can build authentic human connection with their audience in the age of AI generated content. Definitely resonates with me. Mental models and frameworks for making intuitive decisions as an entrepreneur in rapidly evolving AI markets. And yeah, so content gap recommendations at the bottom. It's saying that to further serve the target audience and reinforce the brand positioning around leveraging AI for efficiency, self-improvement, navigating the future of work and creativity, I recommend developing additional content on actionable techniques for integrating AI tools and spiritual practices, etc., etc., strategies for content creators to maintain authentic human connection, yada yada, and mental models for decision-making frameworks. And yeah, so this was just top of mind for me because I started to kind of go back over my content and seeing what am I missing, and sometimes it's just the problem of you're so close to the subject that you don't see it, and so getting a third party expert like Claude or ChatGPT to analyze your content and say, hey, here's where I think you could be lacking in some areas that could help, buff up your brand and brand positioning a bit more. So with that is the video. It is a quickie for anybody watching. I will leave all the resources in the description below. And yeah, if you like the video, drop a like, drop a comment if you have questions, subscribe if you haven't already. You can join my free school, Hackers and Painters, where we focus on using AI for all things content, whether it's repurposing, automation, ideation, generation, etc. And until next time, much love and peace, y'all.